Okay, hey, Shalom. Okay, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Rakakadash. A double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, our apostles of Great Millstone, our elders of GMS. Salutation and peace and much blessings to you, hopeful elect fellow laborers, faith-based Israelites, all right, and you women as well, humble yourself. Okay, to escape the pollutions of this filthy ass world. Okay. Okay, what I have here is an example of the destruction of Babylon. The destruction of Babylon. I have a very good video for you to listen to, a short video for you to listen to show you that this place is destroyed, and why it's destroyed. And, it's a perfect example. It's giving you and a very good example of this place being destroyed through its military, because all the other wickedness and other foul things of this nation is trickling down to its military. Observe the people, just watch the people, especially the youth, and you'll see how this place is done. That false image of being mighty men, being a tough, great Americans, people bought that madness through the Esau's witchcraft in Hollywood, in their movies. And that's pretty much where their toughness come from, is in their movies. But in the real world, there's no reflection of it. If anything, it's a reflection of wickedness. These devils, they feel like they're men because they carry a gun. But once that gun is put down, you can pretty much put a whooping on they stinking asses. Okay. But anyway, this is a perfect example of this place being destroyed. Oh, you know what? Let me get the scripture first, because this is ultimately how it happened. This is just the pride. This is just the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Let me find the scripture, pride. These devils are, their pride, man, was, it pretty much made the whole world sick of it. Okay. I thought it was is there one in Proverbs, that one I'm referring to? Okay. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy in the evil way, and therefore a mouth do I hate. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. That's a very good scripture right here. When pride cometh, and this America, Babylon's been a proudful nation, mainly ever since the end of World War II, where it went out and just pretty much, let's just keep it real, destroyed the whole world, man. Destabilized the whole planet. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. It's a very good scripture. Now this devil is his nakedness is uncovered, yea, his shame shall be seen. These Edomite devils in America, man. Okay, there we go. Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. That's the spirit. That's the scripture I'm looking for right there. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before. Before I even go to that article and go to the video, let me do this real quick. Just giving a little light on the pride, what pride is. Exaltation. That's the hegemony amongst on the whole planet. Exaltation, majesty, and pride. Excellency of a nation of God, of Jordan. Pride, arrogance, bad sense. And then that's correct. Pride, arrogance, in a bad sense. Okay. Examine the second word here. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Haughty, which is haughty as an example. Look at the women. Look at the women in here in Babylon, And since they allowed these women to get their way, you're finding a lot of women being exalted. You're seeing a lot of women being put in positions that knowing damn where they shouldn't even be in. No woman should be in no positions of power, and that's according to the scriptures. You know, that's Timothy. No woman should be have an authority over a man, and that's a shame in itself. Okay, and what the scripture says, they that lead thee to err. Okay, haughtiness, arrogancy, you know, loftiness. Just look. Women in politics, women in law enforcement, women in the military, women as directors and CEOs, women as heads, women all across Babylon and are filing head of household when they file their taxes. This place is done, man. This place is literally done. You know, it ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming back from this. You know, there's no coming back from this. This is it. And we're going to experience it playing out by its destruction. Fight a headache here, but we got to keep fighting. I have them a lot, and I already know why. It's because I have 19 bulgy discs. But stretching as much as I can, staying flexible. That's the way you fight it. Use a foam roller a lot, you know. There's those days that may happen once every other week, you know, which I have headaches every day. But there's a day comes eventually where it eventually turns into a major migraine. Where it's like in that days today, where I just, you know, it's nothing I can do. I just gotta wait till it just runs its course. You know, I used to go to chiropractors a lot, but I don't trust any of these doctors, and I don't go visit these doctors no more. I don't trust the chiropractors. I don't trust any of that madness anymore. It's all a hustle, man. It's all a major hustle. Okay, Babylon. Revelation 16 and 19. And the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell. And great Babylon came in remembrance before the Most High, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. Okay, let's examine this here. Military recruitment woes, endangered national security. The U.S. is facing a shortfall of troops. Here's how to solve the problem. You're not going to solve the problem. The only way you're going to solve the problem is through this draft that's coming. And a draft is coming, you know. Again, the Most High set you hoes up, set you women up, you know. You wanted to be equal. You fought for equal rights even through the destruction of your families. Especially the nigger woman, man. You wanted to be equal. You wanted to be men. He's going to give you your opportunity. You fought for it for so long that now you're going to finally get exactly what you've been fighting for. You know, a draft that's coming. All right. It says here, from the Suwaki Gap to the Taiwan Strait, the U.S. military faces no shortages of potential crises. Again, it destabilized the whole planet, man. You know, causing wars wherever it sets its foot, wherever it sets its sights on. It's going to cause war there. It's going to cause death and destruction, mayhem. But perhaps its biggest challenge lies close to home. A dwindling number of Americans are able and willing to serve in uniforms. To maintain the military edge, the Pentagon needs to rethink how it recruits and retains troops, while also preparing to fight future wars with a leaner active duty force. So it knows it's going to continue on that same destructive path. And remember, this is recent, August 8, 2022. You know? Let me get out of here. Got that music playing in the garage. I don't want it showing up on this. It's a little quiet in here. Okay. On current trends, the outlook is troubling to meet its overall goal as an active duty force of 1.3 million. The military needs to bring in roughly 150,000 new recruits across its 6 service branches. And it's worse than this. How they come up with these numbers is mind-boggling. But with 2 months left in the fiscal year, the Pentagon is still 15% short of that goal. With the largest service and Army facing the biggest shortfall through the end of June, the Army had signed up 22,000 troops, 60% below its annual target. It could end the year with as few as 445,000 troops, nearly 40,000 smaller than the force size authorized by Congress. All right, so the numbers are staggering, getting worse and worse. Okay, let me go back here. Let me see if I can find one that's even more up to date. 2023. With fewer able and fewer willing, U.S. military can't find recruits. And you know why? You know, the youth are too busy playing PlayStation and Xbox. You know, they're too busy getting high. You know, smoking that dank. Smoking that dank. Not just that, you know, they can't make up their mind what sex they want to be. You know, they're lazy. And besides that, they're waking up and they're realizing, they're seeing out there in the world that the whole world hates America, man, and the nation is rising up. They're seeing all these things on the internet. They don't want no parts of it. You know, they don't want no parts of it. With fewer able and fewer willing, U.S. military can't find recruits. Fighting headwinds from the pandemic, the tight labor market, and demographic shifts, the armed forces may fall further short of enlistment quotas this year than they have in decades. You know, being overweight, lazy. You know, it's a combination of a lot of problems. Okay, let me find this scripture here. Did I ever pull it up? No. Let me find this scripture as women. Here we go. Jeremiah 51:30. Perfect scripture. The mighty men of Babylon. So let me start up. Jeremiah 51:27. Set ye up a standard in the land. Blow the trumpet amongst the nations. And that's what we're doing. We're blowing the trumpet in the land. You know, that righteousness is on its way, you know, deliverance is on the way, and we're to be that standard, that example of Yahweh Shai on this earth, man. You know, we're representatives of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, so we're to walk in the straight path in righteousness, you know, on walking on thins and needles, you know, doing the best we can, living as being as brotherly and neighborly as we can, you know. So let me continue. Prepare the nations against her, call together against her the kingdom of Ararat, Mini, and Ashchenaz. Appoint a captain against her, cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land in land of his dominion. And the land shall tremble and sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord shall be performed against Babylon. Babylon is America, okay? To make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant. And that's a future prophecy that's going to ultimately come to pass when this place is ultimately destroyed from coast to coast. Okay? That's the lake of fire. Okay? Jeremiah 51:30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Oh, the Babylon that had forborne to fight, to call, to stop, cease. For desist. I mean, but they're forborn to fight overseas, but within they're attacking the tribes, man. You see the videos going up with this. I mean, it's the 12 tribes are under attack, man. Especially when it comes to the so-called Negro and Mexican, the Ishikarites, man. You know, being attacked from within, unlawfully, ungodly, unrighteously. This Babylon ain't shit. To stop, to cease, this is forego, cease to be, leave undone, or forbear. Okay? And they hearing the prophecies of, and they're seeing it all, the videos and the comments, and America's on its way out. You know, again, the shame of this place is coming out. The shame, the how this place literally just went and just took what it wanted, you know, by any means necessary. And everyone's seeing it, man. Everyone's ashamed of it. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. I mean, I'm not signing up. I'm not signing up. They have remained in their holds. Four-hold, stronghold, fastness, mountains, fastness, and strongholds. They have remained in their holds. In their holds, their might have failed. Their might have failed, and now, and their might have failed. This go back to the Korean War, the Vietnam War, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria. You know, they go in and bomb these places to destroy communities, destroy homes, destroy cities, but their objective still hasn't been met. You know, and look here. They're here in Babylon itself, where they're looking to destroy us, destroy the tribes, but we're still ticking. We're still clicking on all cylinders, man. They're looking to stop the men of the Lord from doing the prophecies, doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but we're still firing on all cylinders, man. You know, well oiled, freshly oil change constantly. All cylinders running, man. You know, so this place has failed, man. All the threats, especially when the bulk woke up in '07, and then eventually we all hit the streets, and how they raised up, calling the cops on us, and cops. It was like got to a point. They were being called every week on us for a minute. You know, we knew when we were going out the next week that the cops were going to be called on us. But we didn't give a damn. We just kept going. That's an example of this place. Its might, you know, its might has failed. You know, before they were go back into the '60s, '70s in some cases, '60s and '50s, where during the civil rights movement. You know, those cops, man, they came with their dogs and their hoes. They beat the living shit out of niggas, beat the living shit out of it. Now, look, their might has failed. They have become as women. they have become as women. They can't think logical. Not even they become emotional themselves. The men of the world become emotional. Men of Babylon, so like, have become just like women, emotional themselves, and don't want to fight. You know, don't, and put it this way, don't want to fight for what's right. You know, and now that they were been fighting for wickedness and fighting for for wickedness' sake, you know, they'd have lost that steam. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. This place is done, man. This place is done. Cowards, you know. They're bad. They're the bad man. They're awesome when the cops arrive. When 5-0 arrive, you know. Hell with this place, man. One post shall run to meet another, and one messengers to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end, and that the passage are stopped, and the reeds they have burnt with fire, and the men of war are affrighted. the men of war. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon, is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Yet a little while, and the time for her harvest shall come. And it's coming fast upon this place. But let me look at that word of Friday. To disturb, alarm, terrify, hurry, be disturbed, be anxious, be afraid, be hurried, be nervous. You know, let me add on to your anxieties and let me hopefully I add on to you being disturbed, you Babylonians, that um, uh, this place is about to be invaded by foreign militaries, by foreign armies. And that's going to be when you're going to really get your ass whooped. But let me play this video for you, and then I'm gonna close.
The U.S. military's all-volunteer force is slowly dying, according to former Secretary of Defense Mark Esper, who served in the Trump administration. Obesity, drug use, health problems, and a massive decline in the proclivity of young Americans to serve their country has resulted in a recruiting shortfall for the U.S. Army alone of 15,000 soldiers in 2022. Of the pool of Americans aged 17 to 24, only 23% don't suffer from obesity, drug use, physical or mental health problems, or have
only 24%. Let me play that back.
Obesity, drug use, health problems, and a massive decline in the proclivity of young Americans to serve their country has resulted in a recruiting shortfall for the U.S. Army alone of 15,000 soldiers in 2022. Of the pool of Americans aged 17 to 24, only 23% don't suffer from obesity, drug use, 23%. Physical or mental health problems, or have criminal convictions. And 1/10 of those don't even meet the education standards for serving in the military. Now, those numbers are actually declining, so the situation is getting worse.
There you go, out of the mouth of Esau himself, man. This place is done, man, and the worst is yet to come for the ungodly, and we got to give all praise to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai for that, Brakatha Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai Brakatha Rakakadash, for that. We're at the end. Shalom.